Do you remember the moment that you fell in love with hip hop?
Yeah, I would have to say, yeah, I do, man. I mean, you know, when I heard the first time I heard the Sugar Hill Gang joint, uh,
Rapper's Delight.
Rappers Delight copy. When the first time I heard that, you know, I was like, you know, I didn't understand it that well. I was like, okay, you know, right, that was, you know, it was just to me, you know, it was kind of like my first introduction. So it was kind of just like, okay, you know, I didn't understand, you know, like the significance of the words or anything like that. I think I was probably like about 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, you know, I remember listening to it. You know, I couldn't really, you know, grasp how important it was and, you know, and what was happening, you know what I mean? So, but when I first heard, the Soul Sonic Force and all of that, Planet Rock, that's when I started realizing that I love, you know, that music, you know what I mean? And then when the Electric Boogie was out and, you know what I'm saying? The Electric Boogie came out of that and breakdancing in a lot of films, it was like an explosion, pause of, you know, all of this different, you know, these different breakdance movies and all of that stuff. And, you know, I started realizing how much I, you know, really liked rap. You know, the music was just like, you know, it was compelling, man. It was kind of like hypnotizing, you know.
Cause at that time though, you are seeing it, the park jams and everything, right? You're seeing it happen, develop like in front of you.
Right, right. Definitely, man. Living in Harlem and the Bronx, you know, back and forth between those two places, man. You know, you saw all of that. The culture was alive, man. Graffiti, you know, breakdancing, like I said, park jams. You know, that shit. That was just the normal, man.
The excitement at that time must have been just like something else, man. Just like almost like undescribable because it's like still all new, essentially, right?
Right. It was definitely exciting. It was sometimes it was dangerous. You know what I mean? You went to those park jams, and you know 9 times out of 10, it was a shootout. You know what I mean? Like I can't even tell you. I can say that most of the park jams I went to, it was a shootout. Like it was like without fail. You know, I mean, maybe it was just you know, my fortune, but it was like every time. You know what I mean? It was,
What
so
would
you
you
know,
say the shootouts would be over? Would it be related to hip
I
hop or
couldn't
it
even
would
tell you,
be
like
just
because
street?
it seemed I couldn't even tell you because it seemed like I would be there, and then all you would hear was bah 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 bah, and then dudes start running, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew what it was about. I never was in the area where it was happening, but I always just heard shots. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's running, and it's over. You know what I mean? And that was just the story of my of my young life when it came to park jams. You know, I can't even tell you one time that I was at a park jam and actually saw the performance. I'm pretty sure it happened plenty of times. Plenty of people saw the performances and things of that nature, but I can't say I have.
So you're saying that it got broken up before you were even able to see it because of the shootings?
Yeah, yeah. But thinking back,
Wow.
I can't think of one time. Well, I could think of one time that I was at a park jam and I saw a performance. And right after the performance, like soon as the performance was almost over, they start shooting. So that was like the only time, but it still was a shootout. And that was later. That was like in the 90s. You know what I mean? That wasn't even in the 80s. That's when we used to go to this park called the Castle. No, excuse me, not the Castle. It was called the Dome up on 145th. And I think that's St. Nick or a little before St. Nick over there. We used to go there and it just got crazy one night. But that was the last park jam I went to. I mean, independent park jam.